End of growth. About to flash.
Tell me, is it open or closed box?
Closed.
Closed. Does it need to be vented?
Yes.
Yes. What's the amount of smoke tells me that, number one, it's not decay phase, because if it was in decay, you would have the smoke but no visible fire.
Okay.
So we take decay out of there. If it was free burning phase, there would be no smoke but lots of heavy fire.
Right.
So it's not free burning. So this tells me we're in the incipient phase with a closed box. This is the phase of fire that kills us. So this must be vented before we can attack it. Now, once you say, okay, incipient phase, closed box, I have to coordinate my attack, I have to vent it. Now, okay, now I'm on the ventilation part. Is this a structure fire or room and contents?
Structure.
Structure fire. So are we going to use a fan on this?
No.
No. So my only two choices are vertical or horizontal. Now you need to make a decision. Am I going to put somebody on the roof of this? No. Open up all the windows, horizontally vent it, let it light up, put it out. That's how you come to your decision. Phase of fire, open or closed box. How am I going to vent it? You know, is this a direct or indirect attack?
Direct.
It's going to be a direct attack once I open up all the windows. You know, so straight streams, maybe a 2.5, smooth bore. You know, so this is kind of, you can see how once you see this, you start making decisions. You know, and you cross things off. I'm not going to use that on this. I am going to use, you know, this tactic on this fire. You know, this looks like an attic fire. You know, could be in the incipient phase. It's not free burning, so we don't see any fire. I don't think it's decay phase either. So this is incipient fire in the attic. Again, start going down the list. How am I going to vent it? We don't really want a positive pressure attic fires. So my next choice is vertical ventilation. And if this is a closed box, especially in an attic fire, our first choice is to fight them from underneath. So if it's a closed box and I want to use an indirect attack on an attic fire, then it's best to leave them closed.
Okay.
So I can stand in an atmosphere that's fairly safe, smoke-free, make a small hole, stick my nozzle up there in a wide fog, and introduce water into the attic. And then the steam displaces the oxygen and puts it out. Okay. Here's that one video we talked about room and contents. Smoke and fire coming out of one room. All these windows are clear. What's the ventilation I'm going to use?
Positive pressure.
Positive pressure. I control the entrance and the exit. Okay. Right now the sheetrock's doing its job. Positive pressure, 1 3/4 hand line, puts this fire out pretty easy. This is a totally different problem. This is a structure fire. Leave the fan on the rig. You know, I got to make a decision. Am I going to put anybody on the roof? If I'm not, then I just need to start making openings. Let the fire light up, and then it's easy to put out. Closed box. Needs to be vented. It's not a structure fire. It's not a room of contents, and it's a structure fire. Vertical or horizontal. Make a decision. Closed box. Not room and contents. Vertical or horizontal. Okay, that's the decision I need to make. Boom. How did I do? Good. All right.
As usual.
All right.
A couple of pronunciation errors.
Was there?
Sorry.
I'll try to do better.
Nothing you said.
Nothing I said.
You put a comma in something. I think a semicolon would have worked better.
Whatever.
Speaking of semis in your colon.
Is this thing on?
All right.
Oh, I know what fire he's gonna bring up.
Let's look at this one.
Ooh.
Now, which phase of fire?
Free burning.
Free burning. Is the box open or closed?
Looks open.
It's open. It's a garage fire.
Mm-hmm.
Garage door's open. You know, the fire's burning. Fire's burning pretty hot, pretty clean, but we still have a lot of smoke production. You know, so we would say that this fire is vented, but it's not adequately vented because it's still producing a lot of smoke.
Oh, okay.
Now, one thing throughout this whole fire is when you start looking at the windows of this house, the windows are actually pretty clear. So this fire is, right now it's confined to the garage. It looks really bad, but right now the other parts of the house are not involved. It's definitely getting into the attic, so it's gonna involve the other parts of the house.
Okay.
But you know, this is on that walk around. We want to see, are those other windows showing smoke or fire? You can see that those windows are clear.
Oh, I see.
So that tells me that the fire is in the garage and it's not anywhere else yet. But then I would also take a look at, you know, what the attic is showing me, and see how clear that window was.
Mm-hmm.
So fire's in the garage, getting into the attic. So 2.5 straight string, direct attack right in here, and then we got to start pulling sealing and start getting water up into that closed box in the attic. Create steam, smother it out. Okay, this fire looks really bad, but it's one of those fires that can go out very quickly, and then actually you need to check the rest of the house and try to keep it from getting in there. Okay. Let's see here. Scary house fires. Let's see what happens when we put that in. Here we go. This is the one I wanted to show you. This is the one where they have the uncharged hose line.
Mm.
Okay. Now, number one, they have the front door open, so they're inviting that. Right now, that's their vent hole.
Okay.
So they shouldn't be surprised if the fire comes here.
Right.
Okay, it's actually a basement fire, but they're inside the house, their hose line is not charged, and they start knocking out this window, and then watch what happens. They are making vent holes, and they should not be surprised because the science of fire says that this is what's going to happen. Make a hole and the fire will come there. We know that.
Right.
Okay? They're not coordinating their fire attack. They're ventilating on their own without even a charged hose line. Okay? There's 2 of them in here. Now, they're getting out in a hurry because they don't have any water in their hose line. This is a predictable outcome. They did not confine the fire. Yeah, give me water, he's saying. Give me water. No shit. Okay? Keep the front door closed, keep the window closed, and that retards that fire growth. And do that until you're ready. Have a charged hose line in place, have a plan on your ventilation, and then make it work. Do your walker. Okay? So, they still don't have any water. I don't think they wanted this to happen. But I don't know that they understood that they made it happen. Okay? Oh, here's the movie.
Jeez.
It's the devil. The devil's in their shell.
The devil.
Don't let him out.
Feel that door. That's exactly what it looks like.
Every B ship fire's like that. See, he's penciling. Remember I taught you about penciling?
Mm-hmm.
See, he's applying water, not turning it on and leaving it on, but he was penciling, and that fire slowly backs down to its source.
Is this the one that was in like Brazil or something?
Yeah, this one flashes over.
This one's crazy.
But we have a closed box here,
Mm-hmm.
and things are getting a little hot for him. That box needs to be opened, or it will open itself like that. And we got, good video showing rollover. This is impending flashover. Is when the smoke starts to ignite and roll across the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Then you know that, see all the smoke here, thermal re-radiation is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we got rollover happening, it's going to flash over any second. So there it flashes over. These guys are opening a box, and something comes out. This would be the third phase of fire. Basically, it's venting itself. There's a lot of pressure inside the building.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes fire creates so much pressure they actually just end up venting themselves. Notice how all the smoke went away?
Mm-hmm.
That's free burning phase. So when we see a fire burning that hot, we're in the free burning phase because all the smoke basically is gone.
Mm.
Here's positive pressure gone bad. This is one of the ones that's in there. There's guys inside the building. There's multiple openings, and this guy has just turned a fan in the front door. You can see it right there.
Mm.
And now, remember, one entrance, one exit. There's multiple openings. So the fire picked where it wanted to go.
Mm.
So there's like 7 or 8 guys in there. They all come rolling out, and they're all smoking, and they hate this guy's guts right here because he did it to them. Okay, they're still coming out. There'll still be more coming out.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
See, this one just came flying out. Notice how everybody's turnouts are smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So, only room and contents. Don't let the fire and smoke pick where it wants to go. Don't be a doof. Here's the one where the chimney gets blown off the side of the building.
Mm.
So we got a confined fire someplace, and they just found it.
Holy moly.
So that was in decay phase, and either they made an opening or the fire made its own opening, and then that oxygen started, atmosphere got some oxygen, and fire reacted. Here's the other one, where this is a structure fire that they use positive pressure on. There's multiple openings in this building. This is a structure fire, it's not room and contents.
Mm-hmm.
The first problem is that there's no ventilation that has been done in this building, and you have multiple guys go inside to a working structure fire with no ventilation. That's our first red flag. The second red flag is that after the guys are inside, then some guy comes up and puts a fan in the front door. You never turn a fan into a building that has people inside of it, because you don't know what the reaction is going to be. Okay, just open the front door. So where's their vent hole right now?
The front door.
The front door. There's other open windows in the back, but you can see that now that they've opened this, the fire is now
Smoke's coming
kind of
out.
redirecting and coming to where they are. Cletus is over at the fire engine right now getting a fan.
Sounds like Portland just had a rescue.
Oh yeah? Alright, here he comes with the fan. Watch how the reaction of the fire is instantaneous. It's not on yet, he'll turn it on here in a sec. But watch, as soon as he pulls that rope.
Oh my gosh. Well done.
Supposed to be his buddies in there.
Yeah.
It's still in there?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
There's one. There's two. There's three.
Oh my gosh.
Don't use fans on structure fires.
Jeez.
So these would be good just to kind of show the progression of fire. Obviously this one's accelerated because it's a dry Christmas tree fire.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see how the fire and smoke hit the ceiling, the mushrooming starts. And it'll slowly, once it reaches a wall, it starts banking down.
Mm-hmm.
So thermal re-radiation, you can see that down there, smoke coming off the floor. Got rollover happening up here. And so the smoke drops further. And so rollover turns into flashover.
Jeez.
47 seconds. This one will develop slower just because it doesn't have a dry Christmas tree in the room. Okay, again, so the room's thermally balanced. The heat at the top will slowly increase, while down at the bottom you can feel no change.
Mm.
Now, smoke and heat goes up, hits the ceiling, and spreads out. What if there was a big hole in the ceiling right here?
It would just vent right through it.
Yeah, would there be any mushrooming in the room?
Mm-hmm.
No. That's why you vertically vent. But right now it's a closed box, so it hits the ceiling and then it mushrooms out. It's going to start causing fire spread. So it's still in the incipient phase, that time temperature curve, the heat still rising. We're getting close to rollover and flashover before it transitions into the next phase. These things, see smoke coming off here, that's thermal re-radiation. You'll start to see flashes of fire, and up here that's rollover. See all these things start to catch on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So there's rollover,
Yep.
which sign of impending flashover right there. Floor to ceiling. This dude right here is lucky. You've seen this one, Tom?
I don't think so.
Exit 3, priority 2,
Oh.
diabetic. Point 4,
That's such a different one than I thought. You'll see a guy comes running out.
Yeah, I have seen this one.
Exit 3, priority 2, diabetic. Not overweight.
Whoops.
4,
Hate it when that happens.
03, Lamartin Street. Unit E, map state 21,
I can't do the rest of that
24.
stuff.
Yeah.
Timeout 10,
I think I'm gonna wait till the fire department gets here. He's gonna go back in.
There are a few more things in there.
Yeah.
Gotta light on fire.
What are you doing, man? That all I got, Frank?
Unless you want to do that blue house where the guy broke all the windows out. The one that had the basement fire.
Can't remember what that one was called.
Freelance ventilation, goofy house fire, 8 minutes to water.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it was on Statter, wasn't it? Was it the big mansion house?
Yeah, huge house.
Yeah.
In the snow.
Yeah, the one where
Airport crash rescue had to come
Yeah.
put it out.
Yeah.
That's a bad